What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So, today we're going over Stage Defense. It's actually pretty good. Also, we've got some discussions on, hey, where's those 1999 fissures at, and a Gara build, and more. So let's hop right into the video. But before we do, make sure you sub this channel to daily Warframe video uploads, build videos, news videos, strategy guides, all that kind of stuff. You're at place Warframe content, and yes, I'm expecting us to get the release date for the new update, like, about a week from today, so be keeping an eye out for that, and a new Borrow video tomorrow. But first things first, let's talk about Stage Defense. This is the newest game mode in Warframe, where you basically defend Temple in a defense mission, and a lot of people don't really think about it too much. Honestly, like, it's not as bad as people are thinking, but it's a new defense mission with 3 waves. Every 3 waves, you get a as far as what's different from normal defense, you get a special Screamer enemy that drops a guaranteed arcane, and that could be, it's an arcane from the update 1999, so you might not have it. Also, since we're on the Steel Path right now, Acolyte will also appear here, so you're getting Acolyte arcanes, and you're getting these Screamer, like, special drop arcanes. So, that happens every, like, 3 waves, basically. And if you haven't played Warframe in a while, now every 3 waves in defense you get loot. So, yeah, I think people aren't really giving these missions enough credit. I'm going to tell you another reason why I'm not giving enough credit too. Since this is the only defense mission on 1999, you can actually do some crazy buffs with the Warframe 1999 calendar buffs. So we go ahead and look over here. These buffs that refresh once every month can actually be utilized in these missions. So we got things like increased ability range by 20%. Increased power strength by 50%. Every time I get a kill, I get shields. Passive energy regeneration. The list goes on. There's even more crazy stuff than this you can get. But yes, all these buffs are going to be available to you in these missions. And also, they'll be available for your teammates, too. So what we were doing to nuke down Solstice Square really fast, which is the Stage Defense mission, we were actually using Gara, because Gara got her little mini rework thing, Pseudo Exalted rework thing, and she can nuke really, really well now. So I'm actually going for a non-melee influence Gara build to nuke down these missions really, really fast. Like we're talking like you get like a relic in like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, alongside all the Phosphor from the Screamer, whatever the enemies are drop. I mean, to be fair, the enemies on this planet drop pretty terrible loot, but yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about what drops are in here that you could maybe go farming for. Because, again, it's not the meta to end all metas, but the fact that you have your 1999 buffs is pretty nice here for frames like Gara and, like Nova, whoever. So, as far as the loot drops, here's the drop table. On Rotation A, it's likely to be a Meso relic. Rotation B, it's likely to be a Neo relic. And in Rotation C, it has a good chance of being an Axii relic. But you might also notice that the diluted drop tables here have things like the Riot 848, which is Temple Signature Pistol, and also the Temple parts themselves. So, unfortunately, just like, I think it was called Munio, or no, it's Armistice on the Kavia, the frames drops, the frames, parts dropping dilutes the drop table, makes this not a meta farm for relics. But that being said, it's still pretty good to get some Phosphor and some relics at the same time. Let's go ahead and show how you can rock a Gara build for this if you want to. And I would recommend that you basically have one nuker and everybody else buffing up the nuker for us if you do want to do this. Because it's Steel Path Scourger, they're not that hard to kill. Hey, you can get a good amount of Phosphor from doing this too, so if you do want to give this a shot like we did the other day, I thought it was pretty fun, actually. It lets you actually use your calendar buffs for once, and I feel like we don't get to use the calendar buffs that much besides, like, ETA. Okay, but as far as Gara's build for this, it's not your typical Gara build. Look at how low that duration and efficiency stat is. So this is a build meant to have teammates feeding you energy constantly for the maximum range and power strike. So as far as the build here, we got Shooting Gallery on here. Why do we have Shooting Gallery on the frame? Well, because if you want to really min-max it, you want to have an actual Rhino, you want to have a Nourish Rhino on your team, you want to have a Mirage with Total Eclipse, and because those buffs are stronger from the actual frame versus the Helmet version. So let's see if I actually have a Roar Gara on here or something like that. Okay, right here, Roar Gara. So on this build, I got 72% Roar. If I had this exact same amount of power strength on Rhino, it would be double that. So bring an actual Rhino. You can have it be Nourish Rhino, though. It doesn't have to be like, no Helmet Rhino or something weird like that. But so yeah, have Nourish Rhino, have Total Eclipse Mirage, and I've got Shooting Gallery on here because it's one of the only buffs that still works on her ulti. That's not Eclipse or Roar, basically. So yeah, Shooting Gallery is one of the only ones that still works. It's a good damage chunk. That's all going to be so you could nuke things harder with your fourth ability. So we've got Shattered Storm, the augment for Gara. This will, once you destroy your fourth ability ring, it will put the debuff on them from your 2, and if they're not instantly dead, they'll be dead shortly after because of that. Everything else is range and strength, so like basically every range mod in the game, besides Cunning Drift, and also some pretty high power strength mods on here too. Now, as far as Arcane Fury, this could be replaced with Arcane Arachne for even more damage, but wall latching is just too annoying to remember for me. But yes, this is technically going to be more damage for your Shattered Lash explosion stuff, or your Shattered, what's your ulti called? Mass Vitrify. Yeah, Mass Vitrify is the ulti. So, Multi-Augmented, Arcane Fury could be a different one like Arcane Arachne, and we have low energy. We have low energy pool too. Yeah, so you might notice there's no prime flow. So you basically cast your ulti, you use your 1 to blow up your ulti. Your teammate has a dispensary down to give you your equilibrium full energy bar back, and you rinse and repeat. So if you want to take this even further, if you are trying to farm these bounties, there is a bounty for stage defense that says Warframes have increased ability regeneration rate. That could be great to do that if you want to just have the really crazy ability energy economy situation. So as I said, Gara's fourth ability is not affected by some things, including crits. So if you look at my Shattered Lash, it's not my normal Shattered Lash. There's nothing crit on here at all. If you look at the normal one's melee influence, this is melee exposure. So this would be for nuking with her ulti. If an enemy is close enough to get hit by her 1, they honestly shouldn't even have gotten that close, because this has like, what, 30 meter range explosion. So big things here, nothing involving crit, and just big elemental and IPS mods, and damage too. So as far as the ultimate explosion, it's going to be 39.75 meter range, and remember, that's also not taking my hex buffs into account. So it's over 40 meters when you put the hex buffs in there, and then also we're getting more power strength too, technically. So good stuff on that front. I got Madurai for more power strength too. As far as what you want to bring for your companion, you could bring the Pharaoh-Predicite, or you could bring the Chest of Kubrow. Chest of Kubrow can give you some more loot. But yeah, I got the Pharaoh-Predicite for some more damage. That's going to be giving buffs the Anabolic Pollination buff, or Anabolic Pollination mod that was actually fixed recently to actually work again, so that's good. And also Reinforced Bond should be on here. Now, as far as other frames, guys, I don't really have like the most in-depth builds for the other frames for buffing here, but yeah, let's see if I have a Nourish Rhino real quick. We can give it a quick look at here. Okay, looks like we do have Nourish Rhino. It's not fully power strength up, but yeah, here's what I got. Now, as far as additional things for Rhino, it's really just go max power strength and go with Nourish. So yeah, Nourish for big viral buff on Gara's fourth ability, Roar for big damage buff on Gara's fourth ability. That would be great for her. Now, as far as Mirage, I'm going to be honest, I literally don't think I have a build that will work for this, but maybe something like this could work, the normal build for nuking stuff down. Now, we don't have enough range. Only 5 meters total cliff range is not that much, so maybe go a little bit more range. Something like, maybe something like this could be okay. I'm not saying the exact build, but something like this without Nourish. You just want to have enough range that you're buffing your Gara's fourth ability, or buffing Gara's first ability with your Eclipse to make her have more nuking damage. Now, of course, Mirage could just go around destroying everything with her Icarius or whatever. But for the most part, yeah, I recommend that you buff Gara up for this. And for the last frame, just Nova. Don't really need any special Nova build for this, but Dispensary Nova could be very good. So if you have a Dispensary Nova build, go ahead and rock that. I don't think I have a Dispensary Nova build, to be honest, though. So yeah, guys, that's basically it for the video. It's a quick one today. I want to shout it out. Like, this is actually a pretty underrated mode. It might not be the meta, like I said, it's definitely not the meta, but it's a place that you can use your hex buffs to get relatively good arcane rate, relatively good relic rate, and hopefully don't get any temple parts, because that would ruin the whole farm. But it's also pretty fun just to nuke down enemies this much. So let me know if this was fun and helpful to you guys. Stage defense is underrated, but also it has reasons it's underrated. So I'll see you guys next time for your support. Take it easy. Peace.